This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
I am ready for this. I've been waiting to do this all day. Yeah! Ding dong, the Chiefs are dead. Da 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 da. Ding dong, the friggin' Chiefs are dead. I said friggin'. Because we are watching on Roku TV. We are live, and we're going to watch our mouths. Even though we want to swear hysterically, happily, giddily, except for Rob, and I will say, Robert Bigler, you are able to come into the show tonight. I want to see that when I hear your information, what were the pretty bad no calls? I mean, honestly, what were the pretty bad no calls? Because if they were no calls, I'm not gonna hold credence to you. And again, that's not hate and discontent. I don't remember any right off the top of my head, which is why I'm saying it. I don't remember any right off the top of my head. And yes, everybody can come aboard. Again, we are on YouTube. If you are watching on Facebook, I see the little crawl underneath. I can't see your comments on Facebook for 2 out of 3 of the places I'm broadcasting to. I can't see the comments. And unfortunately, I dropped one of my Facebooks because I was going to Elite Superfans and it didn't show up. So I had to drop the broadcast. So I'm not broadcasting on one of the different things. Let me see if I can edit it. See if we can get somebody else in here as well. Let's see here. I'm going to save it. See if I can get them in here. I'm having a spinning circle of death. Okay, it's on. Good. So Elite Superfans is now up. Kel Rogers, good evening to you. Kel Rogers is a member of the Galleon. Remember, you too can be a member of the Galleon. Push join on YouTube. Push join on YouTube. Black Thanos, good to see you, brother. Raider at Boss Queen, good to see you as well. Raider Nation 901, Justin Sane is here. Already said hi to Hot Neil. Black Thanos, 801 Vigil, Black Mondo, 818. Thank you for being here on Instagram. Please go over to YouTube. The reason why I say that is because you will be able to hear everything over on YouTube. In fact, what I'm going to do is, now check this out, it's going to be loud. Okay, now check it out. You hear that? That means that the speakers are in. You can hear everything better. There is a challenge right now from the Rams, 4th and 2. I don't remember seeing the play. I thought the guy got blowed up at the line of scrimmage. I thought the guy got blowed up at the line of scrimmage. Was it a fumble? Was it a down? I don't know what they're challenging. I saw that the South Carolina experience. Good to see you in here as well. Salute to everybody. Off topic. Okay, let's go off topic. Couch Potato, sign up for a Tough Mudder Endurance 6 months today. Captain, your patch will be added to the running gear on the day. Thank you. Thank you, Kel. I appreciate that. So if people ask in the UK, who's that guy? Who's that guy? You can say, dude. Or I can't do a proper English accent here. Dude. I can't do it justice. So you can tell who it is. 4th and 2, Niners are going for it again. They didn't get it. So I guess that was a 3rd down play. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to do the play-by-play. 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Niners up by 3. I think they're trying to draw them offside. Yeah, they're trying to draw them offsides. They didn't do it. So it'll be 4th and 7. And actually, it's amazing because there's so many Niner fans in SoFi. It's kind of like when the Raiders go there to both Ram games as well as Gardler games. More Raider fans than anything else. Jason Jarig, what about the blown whistle call? Was there another blown whistle call, or are you talking about the blown whistle call against the Bengals a couple weeks ago? Per is over there in Sweden. Thank you for being there, brother. Okay, running into the kick return on a fair catch. Nah, I don't agree with that. That honestly, it was embellishment. It was embellishment. Now I remember what you're talking about. No, that was crap. Mixon shoving Matthew to the ground after the play. Don't recall seeing that. But the running into the fair catch, no. It's got to be more. I mean, he grabbed him, and it was like he was doing balance. That's the way I caught it. That's the way the officials called it. That's not a personal foul. That's not running into the fair catch guy. I don't know about Mixon pushing Tyrann Mathieu. I don't recall it, but you know what? Ha ha. Because Tyrann, long pass, and he dropped it. Could have been another interception by Stafford, and the D-back for the Niners dropped it. Okay. Sebastian, please come aboard the ship. Billy Flores, I'm doing okay. He was down. Okay, the fact that Mixon dropped the ball in overtime without being touched, we picked it up, and they didn't even review it. Well, I vaguely recall that, but remember, all reviews got to come from up in the booth. All the reviews got to come up in the booth. Oh, and OBJ wide open, and there's a flag on Ward. Ron McClendon, good to see you there. I'm so happy. Effin, which is not a swear word. Casey Lawson. I'm going to put this up again. Remember, you are watching on Roku TV. We are going to be going. If you want to come in, please do. Push this up. Share it up to everybody. Kitty goes, meow. Mahomes is no more. Yeah, there are a lot of 49ers there. Salute to everybody and hey to everybody and subs to everybody. Big time news for the Raiders. Richie Richey, we will talk about it. Yeah, there are a ton of 49er fans. Fumbled before the game-winning field goal. Okay, Facebook user, thank you. Please come over to YouTube so I can see who it is. Because, again, it'll show up as Facebook user, but I don't know who it is. Fumbled before the game-winning field goal. You're gonna have to refresh my memory on that one. There we go, Matthew 720070. And if you can see, I got to put it on YouTube as well. Hang on a second here. Let me get my YouTube link going live. Okay, got that. Hang on. I hope I don't have the sound. I should have the sound off. Stand back a minute. Okay, good. I got the sound off. We got YouTube going over here. Where is it? There it is. So I know I can see the YouTube. Where's the chat? Where the hell is my chat? It's not showing the chat. Oh, there's the chat. Why is it down there? You got me on. I don't know why the chat is like the way it is. How you feel about he who shall not be named retiring? We'll see if that happens. Spot on Mike Kroenke is still at the Rams. Raiders still own LA. That's true. And then you have Niner fans that are really there. That's a fumble. I don't know what you're talking about. The crew NFC roundtable. Sater. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a first down and more. 8 minutes, 43 seconds left. Rams with Cooper Kupp are driving. Could be a targeting call on Ward. Straight helmet to helmet, not sure. I would come in, but I would cuss. Okay, Rob. Well, I appreciate that. You know that. And you would cuss, and I appreciate the fact that you would not. Reviews come from New York. Yeah, true. Bengals started, but ultimately, and again, here's the other thing. The Chiefs scored 21 points out the gate. And then they scored a field goal in the second half. They were shut down. So I'm not gonna play boo-hoo-hoo on that. Yeah, I hate your team, Rob. I hate your team. I am unbiased about the way I say that. I hate your team, but they were shut down. And Mahomes looked like he did in the Super Bowl last year, but he ain't going to the Super Bowl this year. Stafford is overrated, except on Raiders Bengals game, no reviews. Yeah, I know. Gene Washington, good to see you, brother. Seems that it'll be the 49ers and Bengals. You don't know that yet. 8 minutes to go. I'm in Vegas now. Listen, Niners fans yelling, screaming. So much I wanted them to lose. It seems that they will beat the Lambs today. We'll see, Gene. We'll see, because the game is not over yet. Okay, and Richie usually has some really good information. Let's put that up. Going to go out from the start to talk about the KC blocks in the back on back-to-back plays. Touche. Oh, hey, the bishop was right. He called the game. Divine intervention or divine influence. You called it right. I didn't have as much faith in the Bengals as you did. I know. Yeah, second half. Thank you. Yeah, at least you go. Second half, bad coach. Okay, again, JVince19 and Tabo Romanowski. If you're in Instagram, please come over to YouTube because you're just watching me do the show. 40-yarder by Gay. Let's see if it can happen. 4th and 7. Kick is up, and it is good. So now I can see it's good. It is tied 17-17 with 6 minutes and 49 seconds to go. We will have a Super Bowl champion, or at least an NFC champion, know who is going to the Super Bowl during this broadcast. Okay? We will have that. Yeah, the pick made me smile. Okay. It was on the final. Okay, there we go. It was on final drive on a long Joe Mixon. He seemed to have gone down at the ground by himself without being touched as he dropped the ball. Chiefs have recovered, but the officials didn't seem to notice. I didn't even seem to notice. I didn't seem to notice either. Okay, I'll give you that. If Chris saw it and you guys saw it, I didn't notice. I'm not saying it did or did not happen. I just didn't recall it. Chiefs recovered and didn't seem to notice. Okay. Barely lost to teams going to the Super Bowl. Okay. See, what the heck are you talking about? What about the 7 holds on Chris Jones if you want to be petty? How many times is Max Crosby held by the Chiefs and nothing is called? And Richie Riche also called the Bengals to win. He did. I have it on it. Hollywood's in the house. Oh, I got to kill a bot. Hang on. Let me go kill a bot. Report. Ding. Report. And bye. Okay, there we go. Bot is dead. Ding dong. The bot is dead. Screw you. The bot is dead. Okay. At least I think it is. Okay, yeah. Blocking user. Okay. Chiefs fans are sad. They are. Oh, Jason Hunter, no, but I'm very surprised it wasn't called or seen. Yeah, I am too. Didn't say that, but they weren't playing it. Okay, yeah, well, and again, best team won today. Super Bowl 52 set. Elaborate captain. Is it elaborate? And Don Webb also called it. He did say it. And James Ruiz, thank you for coming in as well. Remember, if you're on Instagram, I'm doing this live on YouTube. I'm going to put the link up as well. Why was Mahomes go for the long bomb in Zot? Oh, overtime, probably. Yeah, I agree. And then he got picked. Okay, I'm putting the link up. I do have the phone line up. So the phone line is ready. There's no spinning circles of death. Okay, call into the show. Your title for the show, for the Super Bowl show? I don't know. Okay, Wyatt, big fumble on Mixon over, and a heck of a lot of people saw it. Okay, but the officials did. Driving back to Vegas from San Diego with my wife and little son. Is it Crixus? I don't want to screw it up there, AJ, so I apologize. I don't want to screw it up, so apologize. Okay. Thoughts on the offense moving forward? I will get to that, Sebastian. I'm very happy about that overall. And again, we're gonna start off the show with Raider Eeyore, otherwise known as Jimmy Farrell. Jimmy, no hockey talk tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I mean it's Sunday, and this is big. Yeah, it's Tip Sunday. Oh, and I got it right, saying it's Crixus. Thank you, Jimmy Farrell, Raider Eeyore. What are your thoughts, brother?
Well, my last day here. I'm moving tomorrow.
Okay, well, blessings to you and a good move your way, and thankful. We're all thinking positive thoughts to you, and good on you, man.
Yeah, but we got hit pretty hard with the snow on Saturday.
Okay.
So I just hope everything goes well tomorrow. Anyway, I'm watching the Chiefs game, and when they were on the red zone towards the end of the game, I said to my son, and Troy Aikman said the same thing. I said, do you think the Bengals are going to let him walk in and score a touchdown to just get the ball back? And boy, was I wrong on that play. I was very wrong.
That even Troy Aikman could be stupid at times as well. Sound good to see you.
Yeah, I'm saying to myself, just let him score, get the ball back. But Bengals. I don't know what happened. What happened to the Chiefs? Like, what I think the turning point of that game was?
When they didn't get any points at the end of the first half and they settled for 0.
No, when they went for the fourth and goal instead of kicking the field goal. I think that changed the whole game around. Do you remember that? In the early in the
end of the first half, they
before the half, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said when he didn't get
Oh,
any
okay.
points into the first
Okay.
half.
Yeah. I'm also saying to myself, what if that was us? Would we beat the Chiefs today?
Well,
If it wasn't for Greg Olson with that play call, Bengals they're not in the Super Bowl.
yeah, I mean, if you go, if you go back to the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and we're going to do woulda, coulda, shouldas, the fact is that the last play of the game in the Bengals Raiders game, you have a fourth down, and the only person and again, I don't know where Edwards was, and I will say this, Edwards, I don't know where it was, okay. So I don't know where Edwards was, but I don't know. I do know that Zay Jones was 2 yards in front of the end zone. Darren Waller was going towards the end zone and had broken
So
coverage.
is Renfro.
Yeah, no, he was not. Renfro was at the 10-yard line picking his nose.
Okay. I thought he was in the end zone.
No, Renfro was not in the end zone. Renfro was at the 10-yard line picking his nose. Josh Jacobs stayed in the block. So that's two people that have no chance in hell of getting a touchdown. Waller chipped or was coming off the play. He was about at the 5-yard line when the ball was in the air, but he was free.
Mm-hmm.
If Carr would have waited a second, he could have thrown it to Waller. It would have been a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time the ball was thrown, that's why that the guy had broken coverage with him, I'm pretty sure. But that's where it was. And Zay Jones was 2 yards in front. The guy went over the back and also went. So it should have been, again, defensive pass interference, not called. Okay.
I don't know about that. I mean, he should never got the ball. Caution
Zay
number 3.
on play from behind. Thank you, Hollywood Raider. He agrees with me. Okay. And El Paceman, thank you for coming in. James Ruiz, if you're on Instagram, please get over to YouTube. Please come over to YouTube. You can watch the entire show. There you go. Because then you can see the people I'm talking to, too.
Okay. Let's talk some serious business.
Serious business.
You cannot be happy with the late additions to our team. You can't be.
Yes, I am.
I'm not. I can't.
Yes. I'll tell you why. Okay, well, tell me who you wanted, and I'll tell you why I'm happy with it.
I told you who I wanted.
Well, I'm sorry for the edification of all here that were not me and don't remember. Who did
Versace, I told you.
Then I am definitely way friggin' happier with Josh McDaniel than Rich Versace.
Okay, but I don't want to hear. But I don't want to hear any fans saying, "Well, the Patriots won all these Super Bowls. They cheated, yada yada." Because that coach is on our team now. You can't say anything about the Patriots cheating now.
Okay.
Can't say any of that because he's on our team.
So let me say, so you know for a fact that Josh McDaniels was involved in cheating.
He's on the Patriots, wasn't he?
You know for a fact that Josh McDaniels was involved with cheating.
Do you know if
you know for a fact that Josh? Answer my question first.
No, I don't. Okay, but everybody's saying the Patriots cheated this. Belichick did this, isn't it?
I will tell you about the cheating that goes on within the New England organization. It's with their production crew. The production crew are the guys that film the games and film the practices. That is the cheating. Does Belichick know about it? Sure. But does McDaniel know about it? Probably not, because McDaniels has enough going on doing his offensive game planning, and the guy is a genius. I will say that. He is a genius at offensive game planning. Now, everybody says, well, he got caught in Denver. Again, no, he did not. Dante Scarnecchia's son is the guy that did the filming in London. And you guys remember who Dante Scarnecchia is. He's probably the best offensive line coach this side of the guy who used to be the zone blocking guy for the Broncos, whose name escapes me. I think he died a couple years ago. Okay. He came back to the Patriots, and they immediately improved upon the offensive line. Skarnecki's son was the guy that did the film broadcasting. Oh, Cooper Kupp has it. And he is down at the 11-yard line, 3 minutes, 16 seconds to go with LA with, let me see, 0 timeouts, but definitely in field goal range. I'm just setting the scene.
Wait,
So,
the Rams. What happened to the 49ers? Like they punted the ball?
Well, I don't know, but the Rams have the ball, and Cooper Kupp is now on the 11-yard line of the Niners. I've been watching. I've been doing my show. I actually lost it. Horenza 56. Thank you for coming in. Please head on over to YouTube. Okay, and I like this as well. Guareb, Raiders used to cheat too. What are we talking about? And remember, Raider rule number 1 is if you have to or need to, cheating. Okay, cheating is encouraged. Rule number 2. See rule number 1.
Yeah, but that's.
I know it's old school. It's old school Raiders football, 60s and 70s. It's a new generation. I get it. But here's the other thing. You can actually cheat easier nowadays because it is a digital age. So what I'm talking about with the fact that with Skarnecki's kid that did the filming of the practices in London, what McDaniel was fined for was the fact that he didn't turn him into the NFL. That's why he was fined. He knew about it. He did not watch the film because he actually did video analysis of who watched this film, and it wasn't McDaniel or anybody that was tied to McDaniel at the time. So they said, okay, they gained no competitive advantage over it. The film was, the film wasn't seen by anybody of note, right? McDaniel didn't rat on the mother. I almost said it. And good evening to you as well, Leslie. Good to see you over here. Thank you for being here. Okay. He was complicit. Okay, well, he didn't know. Was he complicit? Okay, yeah, because he was the head coach, which is why he got fined when he said, I don't want anything to do with it. And then it was a big black eye for the Donkeys. And he was fired eventually because all of the losses that they had, that was the final straw. Okay?
Well, now we have him, and like you said, maybe the second go around he'll improve or he'll be a better coach. I hope I'm wrong.
No. I hope you're not wrong. I think he will, because let me see who were coaches that won the second time that they were head coaches with other teams. Well, let me see. Let me go through a listing just off the top of my head. Don Shula. Don Shula won a couple Super Bowls with the Dolphins when he wasn't the head coach. Sharif says he's a bum. Okay, that's your opinion, Sharif. Okay, Don Shula, Tony Dungy. Okay, obviously we'll say Bill Belichick, right? Yeah. Pete Carroll, who was coach of the Pats, won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. Okay, and I know I'm forgetting somebody else. Okay, there's at least 5 coaches because I listed them in a Facebook thread. Okay, now, there's at least 5.
Is he getting a whole new coaching staff?
Well, from what I am seeing, he is bringing in his way of thinking. He's probably going to get a bunch of offensive guys that think along his lines. Okay, I don't know who his defensive people are, but I am hearing, and this is what I'm hearing as well. Okay, is that it's probably either going to be Jared Mayo or Wink Martindale, not the game show guy, but Don Martindale, aka Wink, who is a DC in for the Ravens. Martindale was also a linebackers coach for the Raiders a while back. Okay.
So basically all the coaches this year are gone.
I don't know that. Okay, but I did know that I saw a bunch of posts that the coaches that were on the defensive side were either being asked for was it Ron Miles, who is the D-backs coach, is in the running to be the defensive coordinator in Denver. Okay. Rod Marinelli, who is a Grudenite, is definitely being sought after to be the defensive line coach in Chicago. Okay. And he'll go there because he actually knows that division from his time.
Where's Bisaccia going?
I have heard that he is going to be the special teams coach with Chicago, but not necessarily, because the Bears also reached out for an interview with the special teams guy for the Giants, who had a fantastic special teams with the New York Giants. So that's not for sure. Now, Chicago can go after him. He might be the special teams guy and assistant head coach. Okay.
Okay. Now, Greg Olson will never have a coaching job again.
Well, somebody will hire him.
Yeah.
Somebody that's stupid will hire him.
Okay. I don't know anything about this.
And the other thing is, Brian Flores, who does not have a job right now, would be a fantastic defensive coordinator. Would be a fantastic. I got to kill a bot again. He would be a fantastic defensive coordinator.
You're talking about the ex-Miami coach.
The ex-Miami coach. And he's a hard ass. He is a hard ass. And that is somebody that we actually need to have, somebody that is a hard ass on the team.
Now, this GM, I don't know too much about him. Do you?
All I know is that he is the because we all know that the general manager for the Patriots is Bill Belichick. Okay? 1 second, I got a cough. Sorry, tried to.
Can he draft well? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I forgot to put the mic on.
Okay.
They didn't suck. Remember that Belichick is of the mind to always trade back and getting more picks, and they continue to do it. Trade back more picks next year. They always have an abundance of picks. Okay, so I like that philosophy. If he indulges in that philosophy and he learns of that philosophy, then that will be a good thing. By the way, the Rams kicked a field goal. They are up by 3.
Now, you think this car situation is going to work out?
I believe so, and I know that Sharif is not a Carr fan. And again, I said that he's a hater. He's not a hater. By the way, Sharif, come on back. I saw you were there. I will get to you after I deal with Jimmy. Okay. And this is a good comment that I'm going to put in from Richie Richey. The Patriots were not awful at drafting. They weren't great either. But then again, okay. I would defy anybody other than the grand exalted imperial almighty omnipotent wizard of Ozzie Newsome. Okay.
Yeah, but who is anyway,
Exactly. It's hit or miss, it's a crapshoot.
Right.
But
right.
as long as you don't screw up the first, second, or third rounds there, Black Thanos is back. Thank you for coming back, Black Thanos. And I'll have you on in just a minute as well. It's a crapshoot. I mean, Ryan Leaf was supposed to be a fantastic quarterback. He sucked.
Right.
Okay. How many people missed on a certain quarterback who was drafted 199 that eventually won 7 Super Bowls?
Right.
A lot of people do. So it's a crapshoot, but I think that he has the wherewithal to be a decent, better than average GM. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, me too. I want this guy. We need a big hit for coming to draft. I don't know if we should draft the quarterback this year or next year.
Next year.
Definitely next year.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that, unless Pickett, who actually I take that back. I think Pickett is overrated. The kid Willis seems like he's awesome, but again, that's a boomer bust. Malik Willis. I've heard a lot of really good things about him, but boomer bust. He's kind of like a second coming of Patrick Mahomes.
Or and the kid from Ole Miss.
Yeah, I like Corral. If I'm going to go pure quarterback, if Corral was to be there when we picked, I wouldn't say no to Corral at quarterback.
Still need a wide receiver.
We do, but there are plenty of wide receivers. The lines are deep in this draft. Give me your best, Jimmy. So I'm going to go to Black Thanos in a minute.
Okay, I'm reading this book about John Madden, and there was a part where the Darryl Stingley incident happened. He went to the hospital. Guess how many people showed up to visit him?
It was Al Davis for one. No, when Daryl Stingley went to the hospital, Al Davis was there to make
That
sure that he
nope,
was
nope.
okay.
John Madden.
Enlighten me.
John Madden was the only person. He was the first person there to show up. None of the Patriots were there. None.
That I remember reading in the John Madden. Which John Madden book? The first one?
It's by Bill something. I'm listening to it on an audiobook.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. I wrote a book because that was his first one. I got a first edition.
No, it just says Madden on it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll have to see that. I don't know about
It was a good book. Now I'm listening to a book about Snake.
Yeah,
That's a good book too.
I got several Snake books. I got the one that is Snake with the beer cans in the helmet. Great book.
Yeah.
Great book.
Okay.
But yeah, great. Well, good on you. And like I said, there are great items out there. Garoppolo just got intercepted. The Rams are taking over, and the Rams are going to the Super Bowl pending development. Okay. And again, if you're on Instagram, watch your mouth. We are on Roku TV.
Sorry.
We are on Roku TV. I'm going to have to say this again. Thank you for watching. We are on Roku TV. Please watch your language. 1 minute, 8 seconds to go. San Francisco used their last timeout. The Rams are up 20-17. The Rams, pending further development, are going to the Super Bowl. There's a bunch of blondes there. I don't know who the blondes are. I don't know.
See what happened.
Yeah, I don't know who the blondes are. I can't hear who the blondes are. There's a bunch of blondes on the screen.
See what happened.
Yeah, but again, hey Jimmy, thank you for coming. Tell your lady I said hello. Get her on screen if you want to.
He says hello. She says hello.
Okay, get her on screen.
All right, here. Wait.
There, darling. Good to see you. Hey, happy moving day, and you guys take care.
Okay, take care.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks again, brother. You take care. That's Jimmy Farrel. We are going to remember, if you're on Instagram, thank you for being here. Rams in 46 seconds are going to the Super Bowl. It is 3rd and 12. It is great for a Rams fan. They are going to be playing the championship game as well as their Super Bowl in their home stadium. First time that's happened. Second straight year as well that the team that hosts the Super Bowl stadium-wise will have a home game in their stadium. Okay, we are going to be going to Black Thanos. Black Thanos, sir, good. Before I go into anything, I got to do the requisite announcement. You are watching on Roku TV, so please watch your language, sir. I got to do it, brother. I got to do it. How you doing tonight, man? What's up?
Mic check. Can you hear me okay?
Mic check. 5 by 5.
1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, great. And I will be mindful of the parental discretion disclaimer.
Thank you, sir.
But to say the least, concerning the most important news for us in the nation, I'm underwhelmed, and that's putting it mildly.
Mm-hmm.
And not so much as a direct indictment on McDaniels himself. He is who he is, but it's a continuous move of deference to number 4. And I'm going to explain why I say that. Just so happens Mr. Josh McDaniels, just as Derek Carr is, and there's no problem with this as far as their personal choices of faith. He's a devout Christian.
Yes,
2008, the BaptistPress.com touted and hailed McDaniels as one of the most religious and devout Christians on the Patriots roster. When he was supposed to go to the Colts, a Christian publication found it so newsworthy to congratulate him, called the Christian Post. All of this is, verifiable and easily to find in the World Wide Web. Okay. So it makes me think of Todd Downing and how that worked out. It makes me think of why Jordy Nelson was brought over here and how that worked out, or Jason Witten and how that worked out. You see, that is not the basis or the litmus test for making a hiring, especially a hiring of this magnitude, when you give a sub 500 quarterback that much control, who leads everybody in interceptions, in losses, in fumbles in the last 8 years. If his name wasn't Derek Dallas Carr, there would be riots to get him off the Ravens.
Okay, can I stop you quickly there? Okay,
Yes.
I understand about his Derek Carr's stats. And they're indisputable because facts and stats can't lie. But how does Derek Carr have control over the hiring of the coach? As of right now, I don't know about that. Derek Carr stated, "Hey, I want this guy," when as of a week ago, he was off the radar.
Well, I think it's mainly because obviously the team had a attachment to Passasia because they went through something together. There's a natural bonding process, and just the satisfaction of even qualifying for the playoffs, made them have a attachment to Passasia. But I'm telling you, it's more than coincidence that McDaniels has such a strong fervor in the same faith tradition as Derek Carr. So to me, that with all the qualified candidates, to me, he's like ideally suited for who Derek Carr is as a person and his philosophy and worldview, which would make them compatible in that sense. So I'm not saying Derek Carr per se made the decision, but he obviously played. I mean, the thought of Derek Carr and the consideration for him was a big factor in hiring Josh McDaniels, who, by the way, wasn't man enough to keep his word to the Colts.
Okay.
Throw back to Daddy Belichick.
I'm going to stop.
And think about this, Cat.
Whoa.
I'll let you make your point.
No, I got you. You can make the point after I rebut the shot on the Colts. Okay, I'm gonna rebut the shot on the Colts, and then you can make the point after that. As I hear them, I gotta say it before I forget because I'm gonna call old man disease. Okay. Okay, against the Colts, and I said this for about the last 4 shows. Okay, everything that I have read and been able to research on, okay, was that he went to the Colts interview and Ballard, who was the GM, sold him a bill of goods about this is the way this is the way this is, and this is the way this is. And they kind of left coming some of those things of a sale of like, well, and McDaniels said, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? Because he was used to running things the way they were in on the East Coast. I'm not going to say that because people are saying no longer call it that way. Okay, I'm not going to say that team's way because, again, I agree. We shouldn't call it that. But we're going to say it was run the way it was out east. Okay? He was given a bill of sale. And like when you have a bill of sale, you have a bill of lading, right? And on the bill of lading, it says all of the things that you're supposed to get in your big cargo box, correct? And he went over the bill of lading and it didn't match what he was supposed to get or the questions that he had taken up with Ballard, the GM. So he asked about that. He said, well, what about this, and this? And Ballard was like, totally stoned, don't have an answer for you. And then McDaniel was not really happy with the answer he was given. I mean, I could have, if Ballard would have said, well, let's work on that and I'll get back to you. Or it wasn't even up to that. It was like stone cold, beating around the bush stuff. Okay. So when that happened and his name was not on the contract, he had not signed anything. So legally he was not attuned or in official, I don't know how to say it.
Right.
He was not the coach. Now, was it a bad look for him? Yes, it was. It was a bad look for him.
At minimum.
At minimum. I will say that. It was a bad look for him at minimum, and it scared away a lot of different people until the folks knew or understood what the reason why, and then they're saying like, oh, okay, well, if hey, Sharif, here's this. I got a bunch of Black Thanos patches for you, okay? and I'm gonna sell you 50 Black Thanos patches for $50. Sounds good, right? Because they're $1 a patch, okay? But then when I go over to you and I only have 25 of them, and you've already paid the $50, and you're like, well, where's the other 25? And I'm like, and I got no answer for you. It pisses you off, and you're like, F you, give me my money back, or I'm not going to give you further. Or, that's the point I'm making. So that's why it was a bad thing for the Colts. Okay, so I'm sorry. I wanted to rebut that before I forgot. You had a point after that, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. Well, as they always say, there's two sides to every story. I do remember the Colts making the announcement. So obviously they felt some great level of assurance from McDaniel that it was a done deal. And then they had to do it 360. Few teams making I don't think it's happened in professional sports outside of a illness or something, that a announcement is made of a new coach, and then within 48 hours later, our bad is not going to happen. What cannot be refuted is his failure in Denver. What cannot be refuted
happened with the Jets when the Jets named Bill Belichick head coach, and within 24 hours he said, no, I am not going to be your coach, and he walked away.
That's a good example, but hey, could you blame these? That's the Jets we're talking about. Maybe he had a lapse of
I'm just saying, you said you don't recall. I was just saying there's one example, right? Oh, and I got another example for you. Urban Meyer, aka Urban Liar, says, I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be with my family, yada yada yada, and I'm walking away. And then 5 minutes later, he's in a contract with BSPN or Fox Sports Network, whatever it was, to be on a friggin' show because he's a lying sack of crap. So it's been done. It's been done, brother. And I'm sorry. There are two examples off the top. Go ahead, sir.
Well, good work on your behalf. That's why you're the captain.
No.
I will remind you that ex-Denver punter Mitch Berger, I believe the last name, is on record saying that he's never seen a coach that guys wanted to play for less. And there's some other things I can entertain, but it's not established, so I don't want to go in that area. But that's from the punter. And I can send you that link where it's in black and white. On top of that,
okay. So I'm sorry, I missed a little bit of that due to sound issues. You said that there's a punter that said that there are people that said that there is folks that don't want to play for McDaniel.
Oh yes, the Mitch Berger, the punter from Denver when he was there.
Okay.
He said he's never played for a coach that players wanted to play for less. Okay. So there's something about this guy evidently that rubs a lot of people the wrong way for whatever it is. So he in a sense he lost the locker room. He had a great faith in Tim Tebow. Again, the Christian connection, because Tebow was the poster boy of, people who stand resolute in their faith. And I'm not criticizing that. But your faith doesn't make you the right man for the job.
Yeah, watch that. We don't want to piss off all of the conservatives that watch our show, all three of them. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay.
This is. I'm about performance and production. You can believe in a pet rock. I don't care about that.
I got you.
But the numbers, and again, just like gender, race, or creed, that should not be the preferential standard for anyone to be considered for a job. Just because, he feels the same way our quarterback does, they should be able to get along. And right now, the Patriots, they were second to us in field goals made this year. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about that red zone ranking everyone brags about, that's a little bit askew. So if he likes kicking field goals, he's coming to the right team. But Mac Jones is a rookie, So you expect the Patriots to kick a lot of field goals because they had a rookie learning on the job. And when you're the coordinator of the Patriots, when you got Brady as quarterback and Belichick as the coach, what are you coordinating? What, you want the blue Gatorade or the red Gatorade? Stop it. You know, we fall into this trap with some of these Clemson players, just because they're with a winning program, i.e. Clemson Farrel, we think they're going to be a home run. Sometimes guys are beneficiaries of a system. And Josh McDaniels is the quintessential system guy. That's why a lot of Belichick underlings struggle when they get away from him.
Okay.
With an idiot owner, this has Dennis Allen written all over it.
Okay. Stop for a second. Let me get my thoughts together to do that. And I kind of did the old rebuttal of he who, or those who were under Belichick, who have gone away from the mecca of cheetahhood, for lack of better words. Okay.
Huh.
And they've gone to other pastures, and it was the names. It was Eric Mangini. It was Romeo Crennel. It was Josh McDaniels when he was 32 years old. And I'm going to get back to the 32 years old in a minute. It was Bill O'Brien. It was Matt Patricia. And if I'm forgetting any, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So of all of those people, okay, who has been the most successful coach amongst all of the Belichick cadre of underlings?
Out of those names, if I remember all of them correctly, gosh, it's like saying which trash smells the least bad.
Okay,
so
I'll take.
You know, you got me on that one.
Okay,
because I don't think any of them won a Super Bowl as a head coach.
Right, but I will say this: Mike Vrabel is a successful head coach because Mike Vrabel went to a team that was built well. Romeo Crennel and Bill O'Brien went to the Texans and they were trash. Matt Patricia went to the Lions and they suck harder than we. In fact, they should change the name of the Detroit Lions to the Detroit Hoovers because they suck the best, right? Of all teams, right? And then you got Josh McDaniels at 32 who went to the Broncos. And when Mitch Berger was talking about the people not wanting to play for him, that was a 32-year-old Josh McDaniel who went on his little Napoleonic, I'm going to be the Bill Belichick clone, and I'm going to be a total arsehole. And they didn't like him in Denver because he didn't know how to be himself, okay? They hated him, and that's true, okay? So, and that was, what, 12 years ago. I would hope that Sharisa Allah Khan, the great gentleman that he is, has done some personal growth from 12 years ago to he is now. I would say that you have had a tremendous amount of growth because I love you, brother. I've known you not for actually it's been close to 12 years, has it?
I think closer to 10. Yeah, but with all of us in time, you're either going to get better or you're going to get worse.
Right.
You know, and time will reveal who you are, whether you're meant to be a success or you're just marginal or you're mediocre. I do know Josh Jacobs had an interesting reaction. And of course, he was advised to delete his tweet. And I shared that link hours ago on my page. So usually the first reaction is the correct one.
What type of emoji is that with all of the teeth? I don't know which one that is.
Well, if you think of someone gritting their teeth or like non-impressed, it wasn't a smile. That's what they answered on.
It wasn't a smile. It wasn't a smile.
Right. So there's a lot of ways to express enthusiasm other than that emoji. And the fact that he deleted it promptly under advice tells you all you need to know. We're going to lose a gang of players because you have some who felt we were on the verge of doing something better. You're going to see there's going to be some who think this is another move to cater to number 4 Christian coach who can relate to Carr in that sense, and maybe bring out something with that what the other 5 coaches couldn't, or 6. I've lost count, but it's going to be a disaster. And remember, I told you so. It's going to be a disaster. I'm not saying he will have a worse record than Dennis Allen, but in terms of our expectations and where we should be, he's going to fall short. Okay. Unless he can bring in his own guy, a soon-to-be 31-year-old quarterback on the other side of 30, set in his ways, with someone who's used to winning, who didn't have to tell Tom Brady anything. And Belichick basically does everything in New England. It's going to be a disaster.
Okay, well, I will give you that the fact is that we will once again be the toughest division in football, with the addition or the expected addition. And Jared, yes, you can call in just a minute when I'm done with Sharif. That's why I kept hanging up on you legitimately. I wanted to hear from Sharif, and I didn't want the phone to ring up when that was happening. So yes, Jared, you can call in a little bit, partner. So yeah, I agree. This is not going to be a walkover. You got a Chiefs team that has been the best of the AFC for the last several years. I mean, this was the 4th straight AFC championship game that they played in. Granted, they lost the first one and they lost this past one, and there was a giddiness about Raider Nation about them losing. Okay, so I mean, at least we don't. I like I said, Mark safe from having to watch Brittany Mahomes and her bitch ass do anything for a Super Bowl. I mean, I'm happy not seeing that. So that's just me. But and again, we love it when the Chiefs lose, but they're still going to be a legitimate team. But
right.
The Chiefs lost because Bieniemy and or Andy Reid, or if Eric Bieniemy is the puppet that Andy Reid has his hand up his butt as the puppet master, because I don't know if that's true or not. And maybe people can call in and say it's not, because I don't think Eric Bieniemy will go to a winning situation. They were talking about Eric Bieniemy being the front runner for the job with the Vikings, but now they got Jim Harbaugh in the mix. So we'll see. Can Eric Bieniemy beat out Jim Harbaugh for the Vikings job? Remains to be seen. Brian Flores is still out there. And if Brian Flores doesn't get a head coaching job, I'd love for him to come in and be the defensive coordinator for the Raiders, because here it is. I think that McDaniel will definitely improve the Raiders' offense. And this is going to be my final parting shot. And I did some of the research as well, and I had it ready for you, so I knew you were going to be calling in. Okay? And I'm going to be reading from a link that I got up here. Okay, it says Josh Daniels uses the Earhart-Perkins terminology. That's like a third offense, and modernized this offense over the years. Okay, if Mac Jones can pick it up in a year and run a top 7 red zone team, Carr can do. And this is the best thing about the Perkins-Earhart terminology and offense. Guess who ran that offense before for the Raiders? Some guy by the name of Bill Musgrave in 15 and 16 when Carr was an MVP candidate. It's the same offense. So, and you and I both can say that Derek Carr flourished under Bill Musgrave, who was running a similar system, correct?
Yes, and his personnel was significantly different.
True.
With Cooper and Crabtree and Jared Cook.
Okay, but here's the other thing. That offense runs a lot of 2 tight end sets. We have Darren Waller and Foster Moreau, who are above average tight ends. Okay, we have a good running back in Josh Jacobs. We have the best slot receiver in the NFL in Renfro, right? Because remember, when the Patriots ran it, they had people like Danny Amendola and Wes Welker and the other dude whose name escapes me, that's probably the best of the three. Okay,
Mhm.
no, what's his name? The young guy, or not the young guy, but the guy that whose name escapes me. But they all ran it well. So all we need to do is get a good, better, number one wide receiver. Okay. And I like the fact that our offense will be upgraded. Oh, Edelman. Thank you there, Matt. Because that's why I have people out here is Julian Edelman. And he was the guy I couldn't remember. You know, Wes Welker and Danny Amendola and Julian Edelman. And now we got Renfro in that slot. That's great. So the offense is going to be tweaked. And it's because of the Earhart-Perkins offense. You know, Ron Earhart, who was the coach of the Patriots.
Right.
And Perkins, who I believe was the coach at Alabama, you know, I can't remember his name, but yeah, it was Perkins was underneath that as well. And all he did was tweak it and made it more. He made it more up to date. So I'm thinking that the offense will be fine. It's the defense and what happens there that scares.
So you believe
comes in. I like that.
You believe overnight Derek Carr will be able to detoxify all the Gruden stuff from the last 3 years and previous coaches, and now with McDaniels' personal or different terminology and approach and stuff like that, we got to brace ourselves for the eventual excuse of, well, he's still learning the system or being reintroduced to it or to McDaniels' version of it. One thing that we are learning today, my good friend, is that if the Rams win, I can't see the game, is that you will have a Super Bowl with teams that made quarterback changes within the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the common denominator, no matter if it was Farrel, Del Rio, Dennis Allen, Bisaccia, Gruden, when you turn the ball over, when you panic, when a team needs you most, like throwing the ball away on 4th down and Lincoln Kennedy calls you out against the Jaguars in Oakland. You are who you are. A Buick is always going to be a Buick no matter who's driving it. And if you're racing a Lamborghini, you're not going to win. Yes, Mahomes and the Chiefs lost today, but we can't beat them. So I can't celebrate about somebody beating someone who beat my ass until I train and get better and I can beat that guy.
You know what? I can, because I know that it's, what is it? It's bad form or it's childish. I get it. It's childish, but you know what? I could giggle my goody goo goo ass off, and I don't think that they'll get me on the censors for that, for an old Eddie Murphyism, right? I could giggle my goody goo goo ass off that the fake Pirates and the friggin' Kansas City ketchup and mustard barbecue crew chefs are not in the Super Bowl. Because if it's one of those things, like, remember in Gruden year 2, the end of year 2, and I think it was the late Darrell Russell that was on screen. It says, if we're not going, they're not going either. And we beat Kansas City in Kansas City to go 8-8, and then the next year we turned it on. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to giggle about that, because at least I can watch a Super Bowl
right.
and say it's at least a good game.
But
but I will say this as well. We did beat the Chiefs in Kansas City 2 years ago. Now, granted, and it was one of those woulda, coulda, shoulda. We should have beat them in Vegas, but we had the old 13-second thing, just like they did against the Bills last week, where they won it in the end because somebody forgot to cover Kelsey. About the same thing happened too. Okay,
right.
So now we got our butts kicked. I mean, undeniably
embarrassing, demoralizing.
Yes, all those words, brother, and you are correct. We got stomped, and it was embarrassing. So
got our manhood taken with no Vaseline.
Exactly.
So the Bengals swept the Chiefs and they swept us. But the Bengals don't play the Chiefs twice every year. We do. Joe Burrow doesn't play for the Raiders. He plays for Cincinnati. And until we get someone who can stand up like a man in Arrowhead, I think the last quarterback to rally from double-digit deficit in the playoffs was Marcus Mariota against the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Yes,
I'm not mistaken. I think he's the last guy to do it.
Yep, I believe you are.
Oddly enough. So that's our arbitrage. Herbert's getting better. And you know Denver's got something up their sleeve.
Yes,
So
they do.
I'm not sold on this McDaniel move just to pacify somebody's sensibility. Because there was some intriguing names out there that we left on the table. And this to me reeks of appeasing to number 4 as to who he is as a person.
Okay. And again, I got you. I got you, brother. Like I said, and I apologize for being a little bit harsh on my post earlier. And that's why I said, okay, I'm sorry.
No need. No, bro, that's fine.
No. But I wanted to clean it up because you said it. I don't hate him. And I said, okay, I apologize. I clean it up for you. You're not a member of his fan club. And I agree with everything because you know I've often said when I said
I'm a Raider, Jack. We don't retire numbers for a reason.
I got it, brother.
Whether it was Aaron Brooks or Carson Palmer, Palmer Renovic, the Hostetler, I can go down the line. I'm a Raider. At the end of the day, only a few of us took it to the next level and achieved immortality. We're reaching almost 10 years in. The Bengals are in the Super Bowl because after 9 years of Andy Dalton, 4 playoff appearances, we can do better. And they did. The Chiefs got a Super Bowl title because after years of Alex Smith, they said we can do better. The Rams, I think they won, are in the Super Bowl because after having Goff, who wasn't bad and took them pretty far, said we can do better. We need to make a change. The only thing inevitable in this business is change. And if you fall in love with something too long, that will usually be your undoing. Because if the saying goes, love is blind, and when you're blind, you don't know where you're going. Before you know it, 15 years have passed by, like Tony Romo in Dallas, 14 years, a bunch of stats, nothing to show for it. And we laugh at the Cowboys all the time as Raider fans, and we're doing the same freaking thing.
I got you. And again, Sharif Punter, I love it when you come in because you always make it very entertaining. And I know that you push this because I know that you're a part of the crew that comes in, and I appreciate that as well. I see Docs is in the house. I got to give props to Docs and props to my boy Chronicles of the Black Hole. So I thank you for coming in, man. And it's always a
thank you. And thank you, Jack, always.
Yeah. Hey, looking forward to seeing you, man. You going out for the draft?
Oh, yes, I'll be there.
Okay.
Well, I will be there.
We got to get more pictures. I didn't see the pictures of us on Fremont. I missed those.
Okay, I will resend them to you, but I did post 1 or 2 of them. Okay,
yeah, I missed them, partner, because I was looking forward to you and I together.
Well, you had all those pictures with the ladies. You know, you wasn't thinking about me, so, but I understand. It ain't easy being the captain.
Well, if there are ladies in them, you best make sure I get those pictures. Plus the ones of you and I, brother.
All right, my friend.
All right. Hey, take care, man, and always a pleasure.
All right. Good night.
All right. Take care. That's that's Black Thanos. I see that's a slip of the tongue. Black Thanos was out. Docs is in. Oh, Hollywood has him. Okay, I didn't see him. So you guys, somebody better send me those pictures. Okay. And Mr. Wombat gives a good thing. By the way, I did want to talk. Like I said, I wanted to talk about the Earhart-Perkins offense, and at least I didn't forget that. Damn, my eyes are sore. That sucks. I did want to talk about the Earhart-Perkins offense, which was run to a T under Bill Musgrave. Okay, and here's the other thing, and it's not going to be Watson, because here's the other thing. Harbaugh was saying, I need a more athletic quarterback, and I'm not kind of like sketchy on Carr. I want somebody like Watson. Yeah, I'm ready, Jared. You can call in now. So I got Jared coming in, and while Jared calls in, I'm going to go to Raphael. Raphael, you're in my spot. I got to go. I got to move you. So we're going to hear from Jared in a minute, who's calling in. At least you know Jared's calling in. Raphael, what you got going on, brother?
Right now, I'm very shocked right now because, well, Josh McDaniels to the Raiders, that was very shocking. But, well, I was very surprised that, well, Cincinnati Bengals versus Los Angeles Rams is going to the Super Bowl. And I guarantee you this is going to be a history.
Okay, I got you. Let me get Jared. Oh no, it's Crazy Cooter. Crazy Cooter is calling in.
Crazy Cooter Vikings.
Okay, so I got Crazy Cooter. Crazy Cooter, you're gonna have to hold on, brother. I got my boy Raphael. So just stand by and try to mute your mic, okay, brother?
Okay, no problem. I'll hang on.
All right, thanks again, partner. Raphael, go on, brother. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, because that's the first time that the Cincinnati Bengals had to face against Los Angeles Rams since 1972. That's the first time that the Super Bowl came out with two teams that, well, they make a good appearance right now. And, well, it seems that the revenge tour for Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady, has been, not happening, but right now seems to be a battle between Cooper Coop and, of course, Joe Burrow, which is a quarterback. Has been doing amazing right now. And I was watching the whole game, and the overtime was phenomenal. It was just like a movie, picture perfect. That, well, Cincinnati went down, but it seems that over the third and fourth quarter, that defense of the offline was spot on. And that's the first time that, well, since 1972, that, well, it became like it's more than 50 years. That's like it's nothing happy because that's the first time the Cincinnati Bengals had to face against Los Angeles Rams for the first time in 50 years.
Well,
It was
wait,
wow.
No. They face them every 4 years.
Every 4 years.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, and they've never faced each other in the Super Bowl because the
Never
Bengals,
face each other.
right, in the Super Bowl. But they play every 4 years because every 4 years the AFC plays an NFC division. So they played them X amount of years ago. So they played them recently. So they'll have to go back to where they were in the tapes. And I don't know how it is. I'll have to look to see the last time that they played them and what the makeups were of the team. But I do know that Matt Stafford wasn't the quarterback for the Rams the last time that they played them.
Oh,
It was Jared Goff. So that's
Jared
the
Goff, okay.
upgrade there. But I gotta ask you, Raphael.
Tell me.
Who do you see winning the game in 2 weeks?
2 words: Cincinnati Bengals, because they never won a Super Bowl. And the 2 times they were making appearance at the Super Bowl against San Francisco Niners, well, they just lost. So it will be the great opportunity to make the first Bengals Super Bowl ever in the history because, well...
No. The Bengals played the Niners 2 times previously, and
yeah,
they lost.
And they lost, yeah. But it will be incredible. So I'm going to the Bengals winning the Super Bowl.
Okay,
I'm definitely going.
Good. Okay, now question for you. And by the way, first off, if you haven't seen Raphael in his Raiders shirt, it's friggin' sharp. It's friggin' sharp. So and again, Raphael is dressed down tonight. I out of I don't know if this is irony or whatnot, is drinking a glass of wine for the fact that the Winers are not in the Super Bowl. I drank my my lemonade and iced tea, my Arnold Palmer. I'm on my wine now, but I did do this. I did get a shot glass. So when I do my Grand Marnier shots, because I didn't have a shot glass in here before,
okay.
I do have a shot glass now, so I will be able to have my shots of Grand Marnier, and I don't have to put it into the regular glass. So, Raphael, I thank you for coming in on that and your analysis. Raphael, I'm going to ask you one other thing.
Okay.
What do you think is the biggest need that the Raiders need this offseason with the fact that we got a new GM, we got Josh McDaniels who's going to tweak the offense? I think it's going to be a good tweak. What is your biggest need for the Raiders? Is it an offensive tackle? Is it a defensive tackle? Or is it a wide receiver?
There's 2 things there. It's offensive and wide receiver, and of course, they need to worry about the special teams.
Okay, so what's your number one thing that you think that they need?
The offensive, second, the wide receiver, and third, special teams.
Okay, so but which one, the defensive tackle or the offensive tackle? Because you think that's number one.
Tackle. It's the tackle.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Okay, all right. Well, I got you down on that, and that's why
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, Rafael. Hey, always good hearing from you. That is Rafael El Capitan Chacin Montillo, and I can say
There
it
you go. Yes, you said it right.
even with the proper enunciation. Rafael, you have a good time out there. Stay warm
All right.
in the Carolinas.
Yes. All right. Much love, Captain Jack.
All right. Take care, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. That was Rafael. Cooter, I got you on. Daniel, I'll have you come in here after Crazy Cooter. Cooter's been waiting for 5 minutes at least. Cooter, what you got for me, brother?
Oh, just hanging and banging out here in Cali, California. I've been hanging in Mira Loma for the last couple of days, watched the football game today, and hey, I was elated that the Vikings were actually touching on Harbaugh, and that's why I sent you that text last night and stuff, and sent it on Facebook and everything, and I just couldn't be happier. I know they were interviewing other guys today too, so I'm looking on the Vikings website right now, and I don't really see anything about making a move about anybody here, but except for Cronin. Let's see, Cronin, Dolphy, like I said, we call him Cam. PA, our broadcaster calls him Cam. So that's what I'll call him from now on. I can't call him, whatever. I can't pronounce his name.
Oh,
so it says,
Kawisi.
we'll move.
Yeah, Kwasi, right?
Farrel will move the Vikings forward, and it doesn't say. So, what have you heard so far?
Well, like I said, I haven't heard anything other than that. Obviously, that Quasi was your GM. That they did, they did have an interview with Harbaugh, and that was I think that was Harbaugh's way of tweaking the nose at the Raiders. And I will say this, folks, and if I didn't tell you this prior, I will say this. The Raiders did, in fact, have an interview with Jim Harbaugh, which is why I heard all of the things about what his demands were. It wasn't an in Vegas interview. I'm sure it was most likely a Zoom interview, so you don't have to worry about people getting all the lowdown on it. But it was an actual interview, and that's when you heard that Jim Harbaugh wanted bing, 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 bing. And that's why Mark Davis balked at it. So that is why he did not. That's why he said, well, see you, Jim. And that's why Jim took the interview with Minnesota. Now, here's the other thing, is that Jim Harbaugh wants to come to the NFL. I think that he's hit his peak with the Wolverines, okay? And that's why he wants to jump now so he can make some money. And go back to the NFL. I think he will be a successful head coach in the NFL, but it's a matter of the fact is that the Vikings have their GM already in place. So now Harbaugh has to basically kiss his butt, and it's not going to be a I own you type of thing like it would have been with the Raiders. So I like that. The GM should have authority. I respect my authority, like Cartman would say, over the head coach.
Right. Oh, hey, here's another thing I want to let you know about the draft. I think I mentioned it the other day, though. The VWO is going to have a huge invasion there. I wish there was some. I might even try to come. I didn't realize it was in April, and if that's the case, I just might make it and make an appearance there so that we can finally bump into each other really for real. Because I felt so bad when I was down in Tampa last year when I was drinking too much. I drank too much, and the time that you and I set up to meet together, I just couldn't get my lazy fat ass out of bed, really.
Yeah, well, here, color me surprised on this one. Here's my surprise. I said, color me surprised, and I gave you the surprised look of Kieran McCulkin in, Home Alone, the surprise face, like that, where he actually puts the aftershave on. That's the surprise face.
Yeah.
And so I just did that. But no, I mean, I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there. I know that there's going to be quite a few VWO out for the draft. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there for the draft as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I guess now that I realize it's in April, I'm probably going to end up swinging it, and I don't know if I'll be able to drive out there. You know, if they'll be able to get me a load. I sure don't want to fly because I don't like flying. I just did that when I had to come home for the Vikings home opener because my truck was down out in Spokane, Washington, and my owners were nice enough to fly me back, and then fly me back. You know, after the game was over, and I took my home time, and then they had my truck fixed and was going through alternators like candy, like cotton candy. It went through 4 alternators in about a year and a half at what was it, $1,500 a pop? So yeah, so I'm just looking forward to finally get to see a bunch more of these super fans and meeting some more of you guys, and most likely going to make it out there. So I just hope that something happens here soon, and we get somebody that's going to be the right pick for us too, because I think that with what our leadership's doing right now, we can be contenders as long as they ask Cousins and they keep the rest of the guys. I'll tell you what, they better not get rid of Jefferson because he's our best weapon.
No, they're not going to get rid of Jefferson, man. They're gonna axe Cousins, and they actually have a good kid behind Cousins that I'm surprised didn't play more often. And now
well, it sure wasn't that guy that played the last game at the end of the season because he sucked. I can't remember what his name was, but he's horrible. That tall guy, yeah. That game was just that game was BS.
Well, but if you're talking about a kid that was like a first or second year player that doesn't get a lot of reps, you got to build on that. You got to give him the capabilities to do things. And I think that, and I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he's a young kid that's a quarterback behind Cousins. You learn with that. And, maybe the Vikings are in the market for a quarterback. Maybe they have enough of a reach, or not a reach, but enough of a spot in the draft. They can get Corral. They can get Pickett. They can get Malik Willis. So there you go.
Here's something I hope they don't try to do. I don't want Garoppolo. If they try to go for him, I'm going to pitch a major fit.
Okay.
Because now I heard of course, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman have their favorites and stuff. And they go, well, this is probably the last time you're going to see Garoppolo as a 49er now. He's definitely probably going to go somewhere else after this year. So I just hope the Vikings don't try to pick him up like they tried to do before the actual Niners got him. I think they were looking at it.
Okay. Hey, I got a question for you because Cruise Control said that they still owe Cousins a boatload of money. Is that true? I thought that they had that all paid off and they can basically get rid of him without a bad cap hit.
You're talking about Cousins?
Yeah.
I think that he's still got some guaranteed money. I don't know how much it was. I thought it was $43 million.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's why I know Quasi's not going to keep him around. There's no way. There's too much money in the salary cap.
Yeah.
So
I
don't know how they're going to be able to pawn him off, but they'll figure out something with the way this guy's mind works.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. I mean, if it's a $43 million cap hit and that's just the way it is, eat the 43 and, go for it. You're just going to you're going to have a lean year, but you're going now, unless they do it post June 1st, because then you can split 43 into 21 and a half over 2 years, and that's not quite as bad.
Well, here's my take on it. They should have never went for Cousins, and they should have kept Case Keenum, because that boy was just fit for the team, and he did really good in 2018. Like I said before, I was at that game, and for Sean Payton to do the things that he does and things he's done to Favre and everything else, the guy's unacceptable. He's sitting there mocking us at the end of the game when he thought he was going to win before that one play. Doing the skull chant and mocking us and stuff. I was really disappointed when the Vikings got rid of Case Keenum. And, he bounced around from team to team now, and he hasn't done much. But if we were to take him back, I think he would do really good for the Vikings. I
agree.
So, we'll see. Only time will tell. But, maybe we'll pick up somebody. So who's really good to draft this year for quarterback?
Well, like I said, the only three whose names have come out, and granted, there's people that aren't named, but the big names is Corral out of Ole Miss, Pickett out of Pittsburgh, and Malik, or what's his name? Malik Willis? Is that his name? The kid that's out of Liberty. He's a big boomer bust guy.
Okay.
And those are the only quarterbacks names that I know about. There's others. So obviously check out the combine and check the drafting sources, and you'll get that. Because again, you might be able to get a steal in round 3 or 4, and then you save that money.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Yep. So, like you said, only time will tell. We got a long ways to go before August again. So.
You got it. Hey, Cooter, give me your best out the door, brother. I want to hear your sign off the Trucker CB, brother.
Okay, well then you're gonna have to do a shot of Grand Marnier for me then, as I do it.
Okay, well wait a second. Let me get my Grand Marnier. Because remember, I did get the shot glass. Okay, I don't know whether you see. Did you see that? So I did get the shot glass. So I got.
You send me a text. You send me a text so I can become part of your crew.
Not yet, but I will. And again, but you're gonna have to go to a computer that is either a Microsoft computer or a what do you call it? An Android. Because I can't help you there unless you go put your stuff on an Android phone or a Microsoft computer. And I got the shot glass right here. There's for on Instagram. There's for it out there. I got the shot glass. Go ahead, brother. I'm drinking this shot now.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you take it, and I'm just gonna turn the damn volume down. So, I guess it's still on Raphael. So, anyways, okay, let's see. Maybe it'll no, it won't. But anyways, I'll watch it anyways afterwards. So, let's just thank Cooter come at you. Man, the crazy man is getting that beef right up and straight head up. He'll spit the beer good. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Cooter, you take care, brother. Skull, brother. Be well. Take care.
Yeah, God bless you.
God bless you as well. That's crazy Cooter. I love, man. That's awesome, man. We got crazy Cooter in the house. So we go from a crazy Cooter to a crazy old coot. Okay? And I'm going to put myself over in that spot. I got Jared coming in. I'm going to grab Jared while he's here.
From Pittsburgh, Jared.
Okay, Jared, I got you in. I got old man OG Daniel in here as well. So we got the both of you. So Daniel, I got Jared on the line, and that's a good thing because you guys have done like shows before together. How you guys doing?
Doing good, bro.
I'm doing great. I mean, I'm happy as hell that LA won tonight. I have a big smile on my face, grin from ear to ear, and I love every minute of it. Let's say.
I want to say hi to Raider Red Diamonds. What a beautiful lady. Thank you for being here, honey. Make sure you guys are heading on over to YouTube. What is that? Mercado 323 times 3. Come on in. Head on over to YouTube. Love my Raider Red Diamonds. All-Star Melly's over on Instagram. Mr. Raider IG is on there. Bob Stannard says we need a 340-pound nose tackle. I agree. Sleepy Cowboys is over on IG. Joanna Ochoa is there, but she's also over there on YouTube. Thanks, Joanna. Tom Madro, love you, brother. Come on over to YouTube, brother. Xavier, I believe, is over on YouTube already. Thank you there, Xavier. And Bob is also happy that the Chiefs are gone. And, so we got a lot of the people that were there. Alexander, Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, good to see you. And let's see, Pixels Peeper, Jay Dizzle. Was it Angela Naya 2485? Thank you for being here. Raider 77. Certified Trouble is over on IG. Thanks again, Rafi Man. Aisha Lovely Leo. Thank you for being here. Aaron Cortez, Ryan Downs. Wow. Oh, Mike Shanahan there. That was one of the guys I missed who on his second go round won a Super Bowl. So I think I'm caught up. If you are on IG, please come over to YouTube. Because I can only do so much as I can, especially Raider at Diamonds. Probably, oh my goodness, what a lovely lady she is. Okay, I'm caught up on IG. Okay, and Joanna is also super happy that the Chiefs choked. So that's one of the reasons why I also did my shot. I still have my line, and I had Jared on the line, and I got the old coot, not crazy Cooter, but I got an old coot in OG Daniel there. Daniel, I'm good to go. Jared, what are your words? Why are you super happy other than the fact that you were obviously had the Rams in this one?
Well, first off, I mean, I got to say, before I tell you why I'm happy, I got to say Eddie Winslow must have had a direct pipeline into all the casinos in Vegas right now, because right now the line just opened up at 3.5, 4 points. I just talked to him 15 minutes ago, and he said the same thing I was saying, 3.5, 4 points, however, was going to be the line, and the spread has already opened up between 3.5, 4 points in LA Gator. But I'll say the reason why I'm happy is this may have been, and I think everyone will agree, this has been probably the best postseason we've seen in the NFL in a long, long time. I mean, we've had so many great games. You just can't put down the remote for any of these games at all. It's been fun. It's been entertaining. It's been exciting, and it's just been a joy to watch.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was going to say I'm happy because last weekend's playoff games were the best playoff games I remember weekend-wise in years.
Yep.
And then today, the teams that I wanted, well, okay, actually, I really didn't care about, the Rams-Niners game. I actually wanted to see, technically, I wanted to see a Niners-Bengals rematch. I did want to see it only for selfish reasons, but I'm glad the Rams won because, again, this is Matt Stafford's. He's waited all these years. He finally has a team to go, and he's going to the Super Bowl. So I'm not hating on that. I'm very happy that the Chiefs are not going. That just made my weekend right there.
Yeah, I mean, you're up 21-3, however, and you're 17-19 in the first half, and you can't get points on the floor late in the first half. You let a young kid like Farrel just get back in the game with Winston and Jamar Chase. I mean, you have probably the two best coaches of the year going at it in Taylor and McVay. However, you cannot argue those are the top two coaches of the year hands down.
Sure.
I know someone said it in the chat earlier. The rumor now is going around is apparently now that Mr. Harbaugh is talking to the Dolphins maybe. I mean, 3 weeks ago, Stephen Ross came out and said, if you remember, I'll
on the line, ARP.
And the coach. Well, I guess somehow turnabout is fair play because all of a sudden now, the Vikings already talked to Harbaugh yesterday. The Dolphins were talking to him tonight. Something smells fishy here, like I said in the chat. And I think in the next 48 hours, you're going to see Harbaugh end up in one of those two cities.
I would probably venture to say that I would peg Harbaugh from Miami because he wants to get out of the cold, for one thing.
Yep.
He wants to get out of the cold. That's better for him as far as family-wise. And also, I think that he thinks that he can dictate to Stephen Ross more than, well, like I said, with Quasi, that is the new GM in Minnesota. I don't think that he would be able to bark up the wrong tree in Minnesota. So if you talk to me, I think he's probably going to go to Miami and think that he will have better control.
Yeah, I think it's all but a lock he's going to go to Miami. And if that's the case, I heard that Carolina's coach, our Real, whatever his name is, could be heading to take over the job in Ann Arbor. So if that's the case, that means now Brian Flores has got the job maybe in Minnesota if he wants that down, because other than that, the Houston job's the only job left out. The question is, who wants the Texans job, especially with the drama going on with Sean Watson? We don't know yet. We don't know.
Yeah, no, it's Matt Rule, and Matt Rule would go back to Michigan. I can see that as well. It's a matter of does Brian Flores want to go to Minnesota, or does he want to be the defensive coordinator for the Raiders? And because that's an option. And of all of those people between Jared Mayo, Brian Flores, and Wink Martindale, I would definitely take Brian Flores. Now, if you can bring Jared Mayo as your linebackers coach / assistant head coach and get away with it, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Have Jared Mayo as your assistant head coach / linebackers coach. Have Brian Flores as your defensive coordinator, who's a hard ass. Okay, and I think there needs to be some hard asses with the team. And oh, by the way, I would have Joe Judge come in and be the special teams guy.
Yeah. My question is, this sounds so stupid. Maybe you guys will talk about stepping up. I'm not going to do it longer here. You can at all these coaches now, but what really is just, I'm not going to outrage them saying this, but why is it that a black coach cannot get hired? Case in point, like an Eric Bieniemy or like a Slugger. I mean, there was talk at one point that Bieniemy was going to get the job in Jacksonville or Farrel, but they had not even gotten a sniff of anything. Just went into the Jacksonville. We still haven't even announced their coach yet down in Jacksonville. What's going on there?
Well, Jacksonville is waiting on the guy to be named the GM, because Byron Leftwich has stated that he wants this guy as his GM, and they haven't done it yet. They've reached out to him, but apparently it hasn't happened fast enough. And here's the other thing: if Harbaugh goes to Miami, Fangio will go to where Harbaugh will be going. That's pretty much a done deal. Pep Hamilton will come in that package as well, because people were saying it was going to be Harbaugh, Fangio, Pep Hamilton for the Raiders. These guys know they got a job. It's just a matter of where. And that's what, in my estimation, what's going on.
Yep. Well, my final out the door, Howard, is the actual PGA Tour report. Congratulations goes to Luke Wilson. I mean, he had a 66 yesterday, holding off Will Zalatoris and John Bob McCammon Galley, as well as Jason Day. A great finale there for his time. They are on their way to Pebble Beach next week for the Pro-Am, and then in Riviera in 2 weeks, however, during the Super Bowl week. So as we head into February, Howard, and hopefully get out of this fall, Howard, especially where I'm at right now, Howard, it's supposed to warm up in the 40s and 50s this week. They are on the coast of California right now. Things are shining bright on the West Coast, Howard, tonight, like I said. But I think we're going to see by Tuesday, I think Harbaugh and Flores, if not by tomorrow, Howard, will be the new coaches in Minnesota and Miami.
Okay, well, like I said, we'll see. Like I said, if Flores wants to go, and I think he has a relationship with Quasi, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check that. I think they have a relationship, because if that happens, then look for Jared Mayo or Wink Martindale to come to be the Vegas DC. I think that's what the holdup is that they want to announce who the DC is, and they want to see who's available. And that's what I think is going on.
Do you think Martindale would be a good DC? If Martindale doesn't become the DC in Vegas, do you think he would maybe want to maybe try Pittsburgh possibly?
Wink Martindale?
Yes.
If Pittsburgh wants him, I'm sure he would go there, because he knows those players very well.
He knows Harbaugh's brother real well, and he knows the Raiders system. He knows the AFC North, but I just see him end up in Vegas. I do think he's going to end up in Vegas, and like I said, I think the McDaniels deal will be a done deal, like I said, too, as well. So we got a couple of coaches coming. I think the final ball is going to start 50, if you will, this week at some point, because we already got a couple of coaches already now. Like I said, Denver got their coach. We already know Chicago got their coach. And now the other three, how are next. And I think the last domino will fall is Houston. The question is, who wants that Texans off right now? Who knows?
Got it. Okay. Well, hey, Jared, thanks for popping in, partner.
No problem. See you guys later.
All right. That's the Pittsburgh Report with Jared. Always a pleasure. I got OG Daniel on here. I'm at 1 hour, 38 minutes. I got King Washington 21 on deck after Daniel gets out. Daniel, how you doing, brother?
Good. I'll be brief. We got all these changes coming up. Don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna have to see how it rolls.
Right.
But we'll see how it goes. Not sure how this is gonna go down. True story.
Okay.
I don't know if I like this Josh McDaniels thing. I like the GM, but if we go into rebuild mode again, I'm gonna be pissed. True story. But I don't want to do that. Hopefully we can advance. I'm shit. I'm suffering.
Watch the language, partner. Watch the language, please.
I'm suffering from fatigue, post radiation fatigue, and I'm really exhausted, so I'm gonna dip out of here. I
Okay.
just want to show support, brother, and
I appreciate you being here, partner. I'm sorry that you were under the weather for sure.
the fatigue hits me all of a sudden, and I'm like right there. I gotta dip out.
Okay.
Bring your next guest on. I love you. You're my bro.
Love you, Brett. Love you back, man. Like I said, definitely. And again, the fact that we are of the same age and we have the same, or I shouldn't say same, but a similar beard. You know,
Right.
we're
But
both.
I got this post radiation fatigue shit that hits me all of a sudden. I'm like, freaking, I'm tired all of a sudden, and I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, go. Hey, you take care. Go to sleep and take care of yourself, there, partner. And we'll see you up on the next show for sure.
Sorry, bro.
No. Hey, no reason to be sorry at all, man. That was OG Daniel. Always good to hear from him as well. We got King Washington 21. Hey, brother, I haven't heard from you in a while, man. What's up?
You won't do it then.
Hello. Yeah, you're on.
Sorry, I was getting something.
Okay, well that's the advantage of not having your camera on. I didn't know you were getting something. What's going on with you, man?
Nothing really. Just wanted to pop in, say hi. I haven't talked to you in a minute, so.
What I said, man, I haven't seen you in months.
I know. I've been just school and basketball. That's pretty much it.
Okay, well, again, for those that don't know, this is my shipmate who is the big Washington football team fan. I want to hear it from you. What are you hearing is the name of the team?
I'll probably be the Commanders.
The Commanders. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I like the Red Tails personally because of the ties with the Tuskegee Airmen. But if that's what you hear, and now that's what the sites that you're reading are saying, the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about that? Now, here's the other thing. What is DC going to be doing? Excuse me, draft wise. And let me make sure that I am caught up on Instagram. I got Seaberboa, Big Blue Green 825. Thanks for being here. All you guys that are on Instagram, thank you for being here. Please head over to YouTube, Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Remember, we are on Instagram, so we gotta watch our mouths. Okay, we gotta watch our mouths. Okay. Go ahead.
So, like you said, there's two ways to go this year.
Okay.
And one, I don't think one is. I think they're both good. Is we either go out and sign a quarterback. You know, I would love Derek Carr. I love Derek Carr. I would love to take him. Or I don't know, maybe Jimmy G. I don't really like Jimmy G as much as I do Derek Carr. Or we go with our first round pick and go and draft Kenny Pickett, which he doesn't look bad. So I don't know. I don't think anyone is wrong because I like both, but we'll see.
Yeah. But you know what? I would stay away from Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of very much boom or bust, kind of like a Carson Wentz, although he has better. He went to a larger school and he's got more credentials to him. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been wrong about Pittsburgh quarterbacks. Other people have been wrong. They thought Dan Marino was going to be a bust, and he was not. But I don't remember. There was another Pittsburgh quarterback who was decent in the NFL, and I can't remember. He wasn't a starter all the time, but he was decent, and I can't remember his name. Maybe Richie Riche knows, and I'll have him come in real quick as well pretty soon when we have him in. You and Richie are going to be the last people in, so we'll go from there. But I maybe Richie Riche will be able to talk about Pickett as well if you know draft stuff. I know if Jason was in here, he would know about because Jason Dean Hunter is my draft guy. I'm not sure if Richie Riche. I don't know. I know he keeps up on different things in here. But we'll see. But again, I think now Jimmy G is going to be available. Derek Carr is not going to be available. With McDaniel coming to the Raiders, it is because they had Derek Carr there, and I think that was what the thing was. I said I heard about. I said Harbaugh wanted an athletic quarterback, not and he didn't think that Carr was athletic enough. He wanted somebody that can run more RPO type of things. And he was also talking about, I want Deshaun Watson. And as soon as he said, I want Deshaun, again, this is my reporting or what I'm reading. And when that happened, they're like, not just no, but F no. And it didn't happen.
Yeah. Is that so? You guys hired McDaniels, right?
I mean, I haven't seen the officialness of it yet, but the fact that we officially named Ziegler as the GM all leads to the fact that McDaniel will be an official signing shortly.
So I don't know too much about how this Raiders team was this year, other than like this interim coach. Was he good? Because the way I saw it is, if he was good, go back and keep him.
Well, the players played for him. But he wasn't a fantastic coach. And the special teams, I mean, they had the best punter kicker tandem in the NFL, but the special teams were really nothing to speak of. So in that respect, if you're the special teams coach and your special teams aren't great, that's an indictment. Okay. And thank you. I'm going to put this up with Mark Cruz. Harbaugh was hurt by the pay cut, and Chris Sims says he is an a-hole. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Okay. But there you go. And by the way, King Washington, I'm going to bring Richie Riche in here as well because I'm almost up on time. So I want to have you guys with each other. Richie Riche, this is my boy, King Washington, the Washington football team fan. Richie Riche is my Broncos / AFC West expert. So he'll keep it real for you as well. Gentlemen, welcome to meet each other as well.
Hello.
Yeah, and again, we're going to talk. Like I said, Richie Riche is going to talk more about McDaniel because he definitely knows a lot about McDaniel, and both positive and negative. He'll let me have it. Okay, now, but before you go there, watching as well. Like I said, I think that Heineke in his third or fourth year will be a fantastic addition for the Redskins. You just need to, the Washington football team. I would probably owe $1 in the bucket for the name, but I think he'll be a decent quarterback. You just need to build around him. You know, that defense is what keeps you in games, and Heineke doesn't lose you too many games. So there you go.
Yeah, it like I said I think he can do it. I just think once he gets this year, I think really brought him to reality as a quarterback, and he realized that because when some of these season games, he tried to keep the play alive for way too long, and that just hurt us every time. So he would either throw a pick or fumble or something like that happen. And I think going into his second year, hopefully as a starter, he kind of forgets those plays and just moves on from it, because you can't be a quarterback who keeps the play alive way too long, because those mistakes happen. So I like Heineke. I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all. I like his movement and his footwork. I don't know. I'm excited for the offseason.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm excited for you. Like I said, the NFC East is getting to be a division of where it used to be, where all of the teams were decent. You know, Washington will take a step up. Obviously, the Eagles did their step this year. The Cowboys, will see. I mean, they're keeping the coaches intact, which surprises me, but they are keeping the coaches intact so that all of them are still there. And who am I? Well, for now. Let me see. Who am I missing? Dallas, Washington, Eagles.
Giants.
Well, the Giants can only get better because they suck.
Right.
But I think that the Giants under Dable would be a major improvement for the Giants. A major improvement. All right. Well, hey, shipmate, thanks for coming in. Like I said, I'm up against a hard break. I'm going to give Richie Riche about 5 to 7 minutes. Thanks for coming in. Always a pleasure. Good talking to you. And again, study hard and keep eating your vegetables. Oh, he left. I didn't touch anything. Richie Riche, you got about 5 to 6 minutes, and I got to do my outro. What's going on, brother?
So you asked about Pickett. He's got smaller hands for a quarterback. Probably one of the most NFL ready guys coming out of college this year. However, he has his limits. Deep ball is so average, if you will. So he's kind of. I think he'll look the best coming out of the draft, like one of the better ones coming out of the draft. But I think in a cold weather game, like for example, Pittsburgh, it seems to be linked to him, which is kind of weird because quarterbacks with smaller hands typically don't do well in cold weather.
Which is one of the knocks on Derek Carr. But thank God Carr has got an indoor stadium for at least half of his games.
Right, and that's the problem, right? Like, well, I mean, Pickett's got like 8.25-inch hands, which are like absolutely tiny for a quarterback.
Yeah,
like absolutely tiny for a quarterback. So that's kind of my take on Pickett in terms of where he's at. I think he's going to come out the gate kind of like what you saw this year from the New England guy, Mac Jones. Yep. And then I think you'll see him hit his ceiling if he's not with the team that doesn't develop him properly.
All right. Raider Jester's in here, Canes 232 and Crypto Daddy. Thanks again for watching on IG. Make sure you head on over to YouTube. This way you can watch the entire show, which will be about another 8 minutes because I got to have a 2-hour hard break, and it's unfortunate. That's just the way it is. Okay. Talk to me about Josh McDaniels, brother.
Yeah, so I'm the only one that really has direct experience with McDaniels for extended period of time. So if you guys have questions for me, fire away. I'll give you some information that I have so far just from my experience with him in Denver. And then if any of your viewers have questions, just hit me up and I'll just do a rapid fire.
Yeah, I said if you got a question on McDaniels, put it in the comments section. I will read it to Richie Riche. He knows a bit about him. I've done reading on him. Like I said, I know what type of offense he runs. And that's the same type of offense that Musgrave was running before he got unceremoniously dumped. Go ahead, Richie.
So McDaniels was looking for a quarterback almost exactly like Derek Carr. He did not like Jay Cutler because Jay Cutler was kind of lazy, didn't want to work, and didn't want to put in the time. So Jay Cutler didn't fit. So I think some of the knocks you hear about McDaniels about the fact that he jettisoned Jay Cutler and all that kind of stuff, I think they're a little bit overblown. I think a lot of it just had to do with work ethic and attitude and attitude clashes between McDaniels and Cutler. McDaniels, when he was here, was basically full of himself. I really know the way of putting it. He was very, very much, the best thing.
I am God and I know all.
No, it's the best thing about me is me, right? Is basically his thing. That being said, I think a lot of people don't necessarily give him credit for the fact that he has a very, very clear vision of what he's looking for the team, and there's a lot to be said for that because there's so many head coaches and so many teams that kind of flounder when it comes to that kind of stuff. They don't actually have like that hard-nosed vision for the team. And McDaniels is willing to basically throw himself right into the fire and say, we are doing this. I don't care. And I think that's a big deal.
Yeah. I also want to welcome Cruise Control, who is a brand new member to my channel. Thank you. You too can be a member. Just push join on YouTube. You got to be on a non-Apple machine, or because I'm sorry, Apple sucks. That's my stuff. You can't be a member unless you have a Android or a Microsoft computer, because Apple sucks. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry to say that.
McDaniels, when he was here, was also caught filming practices like Belichick did as well.
And like I said, I already went over that. It was Skarneckia's kid that actually did it, and he didn't view the stuff.
Correct. Yeah,
he didn't view the stuff. So, and his big thing was he didn't report him, which is why I got fined, which is what gave the black eye to the Broncos.
Yeah, and basically as soon as Bolin found out, he was gone within a couple of weeks. So
right. Okay. I was gonna say I got about 2 more minutes for you. Oh, deflated. Hopefully McDaniels' egos has deflated. I get it. Now I see. I that went over my head as well.
Oh, I picked up on that. Good for you.
No, I missed it. I actually read it at face value, but that's just me. Maybe I'm tired. And Robert Hawk says, "Well, I said maturity was a problem that was corrected over time," and I said
I agree so too. I think so too.
He's been with Belichick. He went back. He's 40-something years old. He's not a stick in the mud a-hole that he was. And he will see what he did wrong the first time, and he will correct that.
I agree. And he also values offensive lines, which I think most Raiders fans should be pretty happy about.
That's it, for sure.
His big thing is offensive line, and he learned that a lot under Belichick with I can't remember the guy's name. They had that offensive line coach that was just spectacular. Like, I would argue the best in the league.
Scarnecchia.
Yeah, Scarnecchia. Yeah.
It was his son that was doing the filming. That's what it was.
Yeah, but Scarnecchia was just like, I mean, he really deserves to get more credit than what he gets in the league. He
was like the second coming of Alex Gibbs.
He was. Yeah.
Okay, and I was going to say, this will be the last one. What is your biggest concern competing against a Josh McDaniels run team? That'll be your last question.
Offensive chameleon. Josh McDaniels is willing to absolutely completely tailor the offense and the scheme of the offense to the opposing team and adjust it to fit and or exploit their weaknesses. Many other offensive coaches or other coaches in the league are not willing to change. They're basically saying, this is my scheme, this is my system. We just need to basically play better than the other team. Whereas Josh McDaniels will actually take plays and edit them out of his repertoire to better fit and or beat the other team. And that's what he is willing to do, and most other coaches are not.
Okay. Well, again, I got one more, but I got about 3 minutes. Quickly, do you know anything about Akil Glass from Alabama A&M? I've never heard of him.
I haven't gone that far down the list on the quarterbacks yet. I'm starting to do a bunch of draft stuff now myself. The MHRT network, which is where I'm from. You can find us on YouTube. I go live with the flagship podcast leading up all the way to the Super Bowl every Tuesday. So you can catch me this coming Tuesday. MHRT network on YouTube. And we're going to be starting doing a bunch of draft stuff. So I'll be involved in that, and I'll have a bunch of information as I start doing deeper dives. You'll find that what I look for is very similar to, I think, what a lot of you guys are looking for as well in terms of style and play and stuff. I prefer the gritty, hard-nosed style of football, which I know is something a lot of the fans here are into as well.
Okay, well, I got to kick you out, Richie, because I'm at 157.45. You know I love you, brother, but I got to do my outbreak. Thanks again. Anytime, come on in. Get in earlier so I can actually pick your brains more. But thanks for the information there, shipmate. And again, MHRT Network and your podcast. One more time, Richie.
So I'm part of the flagship podcast for right now, but there'll also be some new news and stuff coming out in a little bit. But you can catch me on this coming Tuesday, MHRT Network on YouTube. Just give us a little gander there. Love the subscription, and any questions, fire them away. Love having fans of other teams.
All right. Now shut up. I got to go. Take care, Richie. Be well, brother. Good to see you. All right. That was Richie Richey, and I got to get out of here. We are at 158.5. I got to go. Thank you for watching. There will be a show Tuesday, Chronicles of the Black Hole, with my friend and buddy, OG Daniel. It will be about Phil Villapiano, 9 o'clock Eastern, Phil Villapiano, Chronicles of the Black Hole. One more show on Wednesday. Then again, next Tuesday, you don't know jack about sports. And maybe a show on Friday. So again, everybody take care. We'll see you next time. I got to go.